Hi, everyone. This is Board Chair Tim Conley, and I'm going to provide you an update here on a lot of things that are going on at the condo. Oh my gosh, it's busy season. We have just been crazy. Yeah. So let's see. Uh, I wanted to talk about the upcoming special assessment, about a lawsuit that we're filing against the insurance companies for our previous construction company about those decks out back. We'll try to be quick with that. Couple little items, just things going on at the condo, and then I'll talk about conducting meetings going forward. So strap in. This will just take a few minutes. Doors and windows. So we had the attorney craft an opinion on who owns them. And it turns out that the windows on the east side facing the parking deck and what we've been calling sliding glass doors on the west side facing the ocean are all windows. And under Oregon state law, the association owns all the windows. So that was a formal legal opinion. We have it in. We're going forward as if doors and windows, despite our tradition of having owners replace their own, which, by the way, has raised all kinds of problems. Um, we're going forward, and those are part of the building repair project. And it'll be one assessment, not two. Nobody's getting billed separate for doors, windows, etc. Um, so it makes them a common element. There's no such thing, I guess, as a limited common element. I mean, it's limited use. But the glass, if you break it, the glass is yours to repair, but everything else around it is considered part of a door or window, and it's owned by the association. So that's on that. And we had our annual meeting. I'm not going to go into that. So many people were there. Thank you so much. We elected a new officer. Eve Whittle is back on the board. Thank you. And Wendy is off the board and thanked for her service, etc. So there's a separate set of stuff coming out about that, and a lot of Q&A, a lot of questions and answered about the assessment, which is going to be $69,600. Uh, Two more updates on that. I'm waiting for the attorney to tell us that we can send you an official notice that the ballot will be coming. Um, Waiting on that, and we do have a commitment letter from a bank to loan us the money, which is great. So that will be coming down. In fact, you're going to get a lot of communication about that. Some is going to come from the board. I think you're probably going to hear from the Surf Tides Plaza Management Company owner. That's our management company on site. And those of you who rent with Surf Tides Plaza Rentals will probably hear from the rental company weighing in on with advice on the special assessment. The board unanimously endorses it as necessary to repair identified damage. Um, that's one thing. The other is that construction job we had done in 2018 or 19 on the west side of the building, which appears to have damaged the building. Their insurance companies are getting near the end of their 90 days to respond. They're not responding with anything like a settlement offer, et cetera. So we are going to file a lawsuit. The board unanimously endorsed the lawsuit for $1.7 million in estimated repair and damages. We won't get that, but we're going to go in with that. That's based on an estimate of repair that was done by one of the construction companies, J.R. Johnson. Um, Charter could offer a second opinion on that. The insurance companies may send out adjusters. It's going to be a bit of a slog, but the board did authorize that to go forward. One concern that was raised by a member is what does being involved in a lawsuit do to ability to sell the unit? The attorney tells me that usually if a lawsuit is affecting the ability to sell, it's because you are waiting on the money from the lawsuit to fix what is broken. In our case, we're not. We're going forward with a special assessment. We have to fix that west wall. We cannot wait for a lawsuit to come through, or we're all going to be leaking down the wall. So we're going forward with that, and we don't expect that the lawsuit would affect ability to sell because there's two units on the market now. I think there's a few more that want to be, but feel free to talk to us directly about that, us being the board, etc. So. We'll keep you posted on that. We're going to pay the initial legal fees. We're into them for about $8,000 to get things rolling. Their insurance companies, the construction company's insurance was the first stop. We're going to keep going with that up to 25K, and after that, we'll consider paying a percentage. If we pay a percentage of claim, what we get from the claim, it will cost a lot more than if we're paying the legal fees. So the board decided to pay and to be updated consistently. Now, the next thing you will get is a letter either from the board or the attorney. I haven't decided, giving you the option to opt out and to not be party in the lawsuit. But the default is all 62 units will be party to the lawsuit to try to get the money for that. Um, the impact of sales, let's see. Oh, this action should not impact our insurance premiums as we did not file with our insurance company for this. We filed against their insurance company as they're the ones that damaged us. Our insurance is not in the loop. They're not connected. We're not filing with them. About 95% of suits like this settle. Um, the first step would be for them to knock us out with a summary judgment. Highly unlikely. This stuff just flat out was not installed properly at the least. How much damage did it do? We can haggle over, but we won't get knocked out on summary, and eventually should be able to settle without winding up in court over it. Um, but if it gets more expensive than what the board feels is reasonable, we will move to a percentage of claim. Uh, Oh, two small issues. I'm going to skip one. We have some damage to a door down in the basement. Appears to have been done when the rental management company tried to move in another dryer. But we're dealing with that. We're dealing with some other stuff. There was an evicted tenant that got messy over the weekend. Let's just say it's been a little busy on the weekend here. Next item. Dogs are on the agenda for our next board meeting. I've received several communications about that. There has been some dog issues here. Uh, inappropriate dog walking, dogs off leash, dogs unattended, left barking in units, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to figure out what to do with that. That's on the agenda for the next meeting. Feel free to email me or, Nini or anybody on the board, your thoughts about that, what you'd like to see happen. I'm not sure exactly how many units allow dogs in, but it's pretty doggy, and we need some better dog behavior control, probably. We're going to see. We'll talk about it. Okay, last item, and that is conducting the meetings. We're going to have another meeting here before too long. I should have the date in front of me. I'm sorry. It'll be with your minutes. And we've had a couple. So at the last couple of meetings, the process got a little stressful, a little too stressful for people. So with regards to conducting our meetings, it's gone very smoothly the last 3 years that I've been chair. The chair is assigned to control, conduct, manage, and decide everything in the meeting. It's essentially Robert's Rules of Order for meeting. The chair recognizes somebody, they speak, they move to somebody else, they speak, etc. All board members are asked to speak on all agenda items. Even if they have no comments, I go through and say, Eve, do you have a comment? Nini, do you have a comment? They say no, we just keep going. If discussion does stray away from the agenda item under consideration, the secretary or the chair has to redirect so the meeting doesn't just kind of free flow or ramble. Owners are welcome to speak at the meetings. We have an open forum at the start of the meeting. It's prescribed in our bylaws that owners may show up at board meetings and speak, and we love it when they do. We get anywhere from 8 to 12, maybe 15 of you guys show up, and we just really welcome it. Welcome the input. Now, owners, after the open forum, owners may raise their hand and ask to be recognized, and that's at the chair's discretion. Remember, you're free to communicate with any board member directly or the chair at any time during the month, secretary, treasurer, etc. Owners contributing to a discussion must stay on topic, and when an owner is invited to speak outside of the open forum, they can ask questions to the full board. The chair will call on the appropriate board member or officer to respond if possible. Where we kind of get into some issues is direct conversations back and forth between individual owners and board members or officers in the meetings. We can't do that in the interest of time and order. It's called crosstalk, and it's kind of outside the rules of running a good meeting. There's never really an issue for the past couple of years, but things have been heating up. We have special assessment coming. It's a lot of money. I understand people get nervous. We have a lawsuit coming up, large number, etc. But direct that questions and concerns to us individually. Outside meetings, in meetings, there'll be quite a bit of regulation, and it's up to the chair and the secretary to maintain a respectful atmosphere. We even remain lightheaded and even keeled in the meetings mostly. Regrettably, it's broken down in the last couple, and Randy and I take responsibility for that. It's up to us to run the meetings, but it's being addressed with this increased focus on order in the meetings. Uh, One other thing about board meetings, they run between 60 and 90 minutes. The last two or three meetings have run a full 2 hours. I didn't build in a break. I should have. I will going forward. We will formally adjourn for a break. Everybody will be muted. We'll formally reconvene after the break when everybody will be unmuted. Um, and when the meeting reconvenes, we're going to set a time, an end time on meetings. And if more time is needed, we'll schedule additional time for meetings. But I think we can manage all our business within I think a 90-minute meeting. The board may want to go 2 hours, but beyond that, yeah. So that said, we'll discuss that at the next meeting a little bit as well. So look for a series of communications from the board concerning the special assessment. People are going to weigh in. A couple of owners have volunteered to canvass and call you guys and say, hey, about that vote, we have to have votes. The one thing that will really nuke all our plans is people just not voting one way or the other. So if it's no, vote no. If it's yes, vote yes. That'll be coming. I'll be admonishing you that to do that going along. Traditionally, we have quite a silent, I don't want to say majority, but we got a number of unit owners from which we just don't hear anything. So, at any rate, that's it. It is April. It's springtime. We're anxious to get the assessment going. And I can tell you the construction and engineering firms are kind of chomping at the bit to get things done before the price of materials does what it does if you wait. Uh, so, that said, yours truly, signing off here. We'll be here, and I hope to see all of you at the at an upcoming board meeting. And need to stop my recording. Take care.